Lights, cameras, action. Now let's engage in the dialogue. Let me browse through your mind like a catalog. Conscious metaphysics, allow me to break down the specifics. Educate, motivate. If you don't feel free, you can liberate. An LLC is what I'm building, the #1 podcast in the building. So let me slide on up in the Bentley truck in my Versace shirts. They can't get enough of this deep conversation, expansion, elevation. I'll send you a link you can tap in. It ain't quite what I used to do back then. Now I get it on the front and the back end. Multiple money streams keep coming in. Enlighten, empower, evolve. Enlighten, empower, evolve.
One. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith. Welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. You're just in time. I believe everyone's doing well and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again, and you know why. Because you already know why. I'm not even going to say it this time because those of you who've been watching, you already know why I'm excited. So I have a very special guest today who is synonymous with words like Reiki Master, life coaching, manifesting, healing, humanitarian, motivational speaking, and a whole lot more. Without further ado, let me introduce to you Shanna Bee. How are you today, Shanna Bee?
Greetings. I am fantastic.
Yes.
And I'm grateful.
Yes, and I'm grateful to have you here. And like I said prior to this how easy we're gonna do this. This is just a conversation, and I just want to know just a little bit more about you in regards to what you do, where your intuition has led you, where your journey has led you, like those words that I mentioned, like Reiki Master, and let's just start with that. How did you even go in that direction?
Okay, I think that's a good question.
Yeah,
great question. In fact,
yeah. And I really want to know.
It was a couple of years.
It
was 7 years ago when I started on my healing journey.
Okay.
And I was looking. I had just gone through a lot, like mentally. I was burnt out. I didn't have anything to give anybody. I was just like depleted. And I moved back home, and it was just like, it's time for you to heal and to look at yourself, because it's a pattern here,
I have to, can I butt in real quick? And I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's okay.
I do this quite often on my show. If you watch some of my past shows, and some people will probably comment in the comments on it, be quiet and let them finish and let her finish and whatnot. But whenever someone says something that really strikes a note within me, like especially if it's something very similar, I just always have to interject. I don't have to, but I like to, with your permission. But you said you got to a point where you didn't have anything, and you started looking at yourself. That's exactly the same thing happened with me, and I can put a year on it. 2016. That's when I stopped pointing, stopped blaming. And you can say it was spirit, Holy Spirit. You can say it was God. You can say it was universe. Directed me to start looking within, because I was looking at all these circumstances and the common denominator was me. So go ahead, Shanna. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that.
No, that's fine. And so I decided, like, when I moved, I moved back home with my parents. I wanted a therapist. It's time to go to therapy too. So in my look, I kept seeing Reiki, a therapist, Reiki. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to I'm going to go and see what this Reiki is about. And so I found me a lady. I went to a Reiki master, and I liked it. And it was like I was heavy. I felt real heavy down in my abdomen, and that's just where I was just holding stuff. And I noticed that each time I went to her, I was feeling lighter and lighter. And so I asked her, because I did my research, because I'm a Sagittarius, a truth seeker. So I did my research and I asked her, would she give me an attunement? And she said no. And I was like, oh, and that just did not sit well with me. I mean, and I really thought about that, and I had to pray about that thing, and it really bothered me, because I couldn't understand why. But I clearly heard Spirit say to me, "You don't need her. You can do that yourself." And then it took me back to a time like it was like I remember, and this was when I was younger, and it was Oprah Winfrey, and it was people that had naturally healed themselves and by their thoughts and, laying the hands and stuff. And so I remembered that. And then I remembered Spirit was like, you remember this? Like years ago, I went to the doctor and the doctor said that I had hepatitis C. And I'm like, and I'm in my 20s, and I'm like, what? Like, what is that? And so I did my research and everything. And I was like, well, I know I ain't been doing this and I ain't been doing that. So, like, this can't be right. So I remembered I had taken some medicine and then I took this supplement and it just didn't agree with me. And then after that, like, I was just tender, like in my liver area. So when I went to the doctor, the test came and it said it was hepatitis C. So he sent me to a specialist. So when I went to see that specialist, he said to me, oh, yeah, you got hepatitis C. You need to get into these groups, support groups. And I heard Spirit say, no, you don't. Right. So I didn't. And when I went to the hospital, because they had a lab, they didn't have a lab in the doctor's office. Another young lady went to the hospital. That's where I had to get my labs. She told me who I needed to go see, which was a liver specialist. But I remembered, Oprah Winfrey. I didn't believe that I had hepatitis C, but clearly there was something there that caused me to have a false positive. So my mama had given me this little book. This was when I was a Christian. And my mama had given me a little book and it had little healing scriptures in it. And it talked about laying on your hands and stuff and laying hands and talking to your body. Right. And so I did that. And I took the herbs that God had given us, that gives us. And I'd always been drawn to herbs. Nobody in my family drawn to herbs. So I took those herbs, I cleansed, I spoke life, I laid my hands on my liver. And when I went to the doctor, he had checked me for everything. He told me that he didn't know what happened, but there was nothing there. But in the beginning, there was something there. And so when I asked that lady for that attunement, and she said to me, no. And when Spirit told me that, it really took me back to that place that you can do this. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. And so I did it. I got my level 1. And during that time, you just work on yourself. And then you get to level 2. That's when you start working on other people. And then you become a master. And that's when you do the teachings. So that's what really, I feel like, not feel like, because when you know, right?
Yes, it's a knowing.
I am a natural healer.
Right.
Like,
And for you to go through that yourself makes it even more powerful. And in hindsight, now you can see why your intuition or spirit, the universe said no for you to do it, because you were meant to go through this yourself. And you also, you spoke several things that resonate with me. I'm getting more and more into natural remedies too. And I've been looking up a lot of information by the late Dr. Sebi. I know you heard of him. Man, and just a lot of just natural, because I do believe that everything that we need to heal us is within us and grows, on this earth, and it's already here. It's just, unfortunately, and I don't want to steer this conversation to something different. But just to tap on it just a little bit, unfortunately, we have people that want us to be dependent on other things, so, and monetize that. So that's where you get your pharmaceuticals and all that. Not saying that there aren't any medicines out there that do help people, and that I'm not even getting into this. That's not what this segment's about. But I am going to say that everything that we need is in nature. We just have to find it. I was just speaking to a woman a couple of weeks ago that was naming all. I was just I forgot, but I was just naming different things. I said, well, what about this? Okay, well, you take this and you take this ginger and you do the. I mean, just it's amazing, and I know that's why I keep hearing this. Just like, you know, you can say spirit. That's why using people like you to keep affirming this. Yep. I've started eating a little bit better in my diet because, to be honest with you, I'm a meat eater. You know, eating a lot of fried foods most of my life. Love bacon, all that stuff. I just have to be honest, and I'm trying to scale back a little bit and eat more vegetables. And I'm not trying to say it's hard, but I make it hard because it's in my mind. You know, it's in me. You know, I want it. You know, I want the fried chicken. I want the, you know, the steaks. I want the, you know, the pork chops and all that. So it gets a little difficult. That's how I grew up eating that. Now I'm trying to consciously eat for my health. You know, and it's a journey. But yes, that's amazing. And you know, that you're helping people through your own. And I believe that's the most powerful way that we can help people is through our own experiences. It's not just something that you just witnessed or through somebody else or just read about it. I mean, not saying that can't be a way that you can help people too. Yes, we get information and we share it. We can help other people. But when you actually go through it, that's when you are really passionate about it. Or when you still going through something, I think that's actually when you real passionate about helping other people. And there's a quote out there. Yeah, there's a quote out there. I can't remember what it says, but it's basically talks about when you're helping people, even though you're going through your own adversities and storms, that's power. And you pointed at another thing too. We are powerful beings. You know, we are created to be powerful like that. We can heal ourselves. And that's just, yes, I love that. So that all connects with the life coaching. And to me, you could speak more on it. I want you to, but I'm just saying it's linking everything. Manifesting, you manifested a healing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and that's what I tell people. As a man thinketh, so is he, right? And thoughts become things, right? And life and death is definitely in the power of the tongue. And I'm so serious about what I say, and not only what I say, but if I'm reading somebody's post and they might have been in a hospital sick, and that I had this, or I don't say I, she, or he, because when you start saying I, you speaking that over yourself. And we really don't realize how powerful our words are.
Right. You even spoke about being a Christian before. And again, I resonate with you because I grew up very religious family, Baptist, Christian, all that. And I consider myself, and I'm not putting down anybody's religion or whatever you feel that's your guide. But throughout my journey now, I consider myself just a spiritual being. But yes, but if you even take it back to, you know, the Bible, it said in the beginning was the word. So the word creates everything. And that just tells you, you know, the word is powerful. And that's what we have to be very careful. And I don't want to talk too much. I want to hear you. But what we say, especially our conversations that we have with ourselves, because I don't care if people don't admit it, we all talk to ourselves, whether it's out loud,
absolutely,
in our mind. We are always talking to ourselves. So be conscious. Be
Absolutely.
conscious of what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Shanna. Give us some more. Give us some more.
Um, so I'm just real intentional about that. And
Right.
even my thoughts,
Right.
everything has to line up. We gotta line, you gotta be in line. Your thoughts gotta be in line with your talk. Right. And that's something like me. I went through something, like I would say, like this shadow work ain't no joke. And I'm just really like getting myself back because I needed to take that time. I needed to go through that. I needed to work on that. And in that, I just kind of let myself go. And like you doing the Dr. CB, I had done Dr. CB, juicing, I lost weight. I just felt great. And I just let myself go. And so, like, Spirit said to me, okay, now, again, you out here telling people how to do this, how to speak this over them, and what you doing, right? Like, what are you speaking to yourself? And I do encourage myself, but when I'm telling you, oh, you need to try this, what you trying, right? And it's not that I have not tried those things. I've tried them, but and they work.
Right. And that's what people want to see too. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So you got to, if I'm telling somebody and I want to talk to somebody about nutrition and all that kind of stuff, then I need to look it. You need to look that way. If you out here talking to somebody about weight loss and you ain't doing, and you big, what?
Right.
And
no,
then
I
that's
get
just
it.
like,
No, I get it.
right, yeah. And I'm trying to get healthy, and I'm going to share this with you. Like, I was just so, I almost got me some Wegovy shot.
Right. Right.
And the spirit just convicted me so bad. And it was like, okay, now you doing this and you talk to people about herbs and all of this. And look what you're doing. You run into the pharmaceutical medicine when you know what you have done in the past. You know that you can juice. You know you can do a water fast. You know you can not eat meat. Like, that you can do this. Right. And so
that's
you
the
got to
harder
get
method though.
yourself back.
Yeah, that's the method that's going
Right.
to take a lot of fortitude to do that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to be serious. And I am serious, but ain't nobody gonna take me serious. Right. If I'm not doing what I need to do for myself, because everything starts with us. And like you said in the beginning, I think that saying that you were talking about was, as we heal ourselves, we heal others. Have you heard that?
Yep.
Like, when we heal ourselves, we heal others. And so as I continue to work on myself, I am healing people. And so my thing is positive talk, positive thinking, and eating. I'm changing. I'm getting back, because that's all high vibrations. And that's what we need. We are living beings, right? And so we need living foods. And you had that conversation. I had that conversation too. And that's what I was saying, and even though, we're talking, you said we're not going to talk about the medicine, right?
Okay. No,
but I get what you're saying.
You can.
Yeah, well, I get what you're saying, because, we are living beings. And even though pharmaceutical medicines may have a herbal base, like at the beginning, it may start, but once they start adding all those chemicals and all that, it's no good. It's dead medicine, right? And so when it's dead, it can't work for something that's living. So we are living beings.
Effects.
Right. We are living beings. And so we need living foods. We need foods and herbs that's been energized by the sun, because we are people of the sun. Like, we need the sun. Right. So it is serious. I'm like you, the foods. I don't eat pork.
Right.
No pork, but it smells good. I
Oh,
don't
it
eat beef.
does.
And,
It
and
does.
so it's just taking it one day at a time. And in that, taking it one day at a time, learning to give yourself grace. Right.
Right.
And so I did a fast a couple of weeks ago, and with a group. I created a juice cleanse book, chakra
Okay.
juice cleanse for like 7 days.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and you know what I do? I send it to you in the email, but I give
Yes.
you
Yeah. Because
like a
I fast too.
affirmation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, affirmation. I give you the foods to eat for your root, for your chakras, and you can just go from
Okay.
there. But
And
it
please
felt
do.
good. Yeah, but in that, like for the people, I did that Saturday. That Sunday I went out to a vegan food truck, Vegan Vibes music series.
Okay.
But I went out there and I said, you know what now? I haven't really had anything bad. Everything's been clean, juices, salads, nothing processed.
Right.
I went out there and I made it a point to eat raw. This lady was out there. She sell like raw foods, dehydrated. And her stuff was vegan. It was not processed. It was wholesome. So I went out there, but I made a healthy choice. So, even though it was not juicing and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
it was still something healthy. So
Yeah.
I gave myself grace.
Yep. I just ate
So
some
yeah,
raw
we just got to
spinach.
learn how to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I just ate some raw
Yeah.
spinach, I made a salad out of raw spinach and kale and lettuce today, and just poured some olive oil on it and
Mm-hmm.
squeezed a little lemon juice. And yeah, I'm just trying to get my retrain my palate too, so that I'm not always
Mm-hmm.
craving salt and greasy stuff and
Mm-hmm.
this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a while, but yeah, I think we can.
Yeah.
And then when you put the power of your mind behind it, saying when I'm eating this is actually really helping me and helping me to keep my weight down and helping me to
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, um, my energy to flow better when it's not weighed
Mm-hmm.
down by this bad processed food or this fried foods or this flesh or pork and all
Mm-hmm.
that. So just
Mm-hmm.
I tell myself that. I talk to myself while I'm eating this stuff, eating the good stuff, hey, and then
Yeah.
wherever you gear your mind towards, information is gonna start popping up. Just like I just today I just looked, I was on the internet and saw a guy that has just been eating fruits for like the past year.
Yeah.
That's all he's been eating. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
yeah, your mind is powerful, so it knows. So it's gonna start attracting those things, that information to
Mm-hmm.
you. You're
Mm-hmm.
powerful. People say, "Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know where to go. Know where to start." Just set that intention and watch things just
That's
start
right.
appearing.
That's right.
Watch things start
That's
happening.
right.
So that's
That's
amazing,
right.
Shauna. I appreciate it too.
Yeah. I
So
appreciate you.
yeah, and in regards to like humanitarian work, what have you done, or what do you do, or what is your intentions, or you know, as far as like
Uh,
yeah, just whatever you want to share.
well, what I really would like to do, I would like to go to Mexico for a year.
Okay.
Um, and I really want to work on myself, but over there, I just would kind of like to build with the people
Right.
because I am into plant medicine,
Right.
ayahuasca,
Oh yeah.
um,
If I
mushroom,
if I might
you
even,
know.
that is amazing. And again, I resonate with you on that because um um uh we're looking for, my family and I, we're looking for we talked to a real estate agent over there in Mexico, and if I might suggest to you the area of um where is it called? But it's closer to South America. It's called Merida, but they pronounce it Merida in Spanish, but it's Merida.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that area over there, just all those areas, is by Tulum and all that, but Merida, it's just amazing over there. There was a guy last time I went there last year, and I met a brother over there who was, because I didn't see many black people over there, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I was walking, but I'm telling you, everybody's friendly. I'm saying I feel
Mm-hmm.
more.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to put it out there. I felt more at peace walking around there. The way that people treated me, the way that the police and everybody were, treating me over there better than I do around here. And that's just being real with it. People were just so friendly. But that area is just beautiful. I'll send you a link too to check it out. But yeah, it has a lot of spiritual places around.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Merida is actually a city, but it's very nice. But anyway, yeah, he went out there by himself. This brother I met out there, and he was from Texas working remotely. He didn't speak a lick of Spanish. He said he'd been out there for almost a month. And he said, man, I don't want to go. I just want to stay here. And I'm just like,
yeah, I mean, it'll make you go somewhere and not, I mean, when you go somewhere and the people receive you and you just feel a different kind of energy, right? It'll make you not want to come back.
Yeah, because
it's a peace.
Yes, because I'm gonna be honest with you. People were intrigued. And I'm gonna give you some. I couldn't make this up. We went to a restaurant out there, actually two, but one that really stood out. It was a small town right outside of Merida, right? So we went to this restaurant, and the waitresses, the waiters, everybody, they came over there wanting to take pictures with me because they hadn't seen no one that looked like me, and they were just so excited. They thought I was some type of entertainer. They was like, what are you here for? This and that. Can I have a picture with you? I mean, it was just, I felt like a celebrity, so it was just beautiful. And then then I met another a Mexican guy there that told me places to go see where there's a lot of original not only Mayan and stuff, but there's African statues there around there from Africans coming over there a long time ago, and they didn't try to destroy the statues or hide it, like they do in a lot of other places to erase our lineage, but they're still there, and people are still respecting and spiritually connecting with these monuments and statues, and they're clearly African, because of the nose and the lips and all that, and the hair that they have coiled up. But amazing. I didn't get a chance to go see that, but I do. When I go, we're going back there again in February. I want to go see them. But yeah, amazing. So that's amazing. So before we go, are there any links that you would like to share while we're here?
You can follow me on Facebook. I'm ManifestorIAM. Same on Instagram and TikTok. Now, I haven't been doing a lot of posting, but that's changing. It's time. It is time for me to share my gift with the world.
And you are, right? because
Go ahead.
And then I'm looking forward to you sending me that information. You said you were going to send. I forgot exactly what you were going to send. Something about.
I'm gonna send you the juice cleanse book that I created.
The juice cleanse book.
Yeah.
And I drink
small little booklet.
Yeah, and I drink. That's amazing because I drink like cold pressed vegetable juice every day. That's already pre-made. I haven't made it, but I go get it, and I drink that for one of my meals every day. So I just started doing that probably within the last year. Maybe a little less, but. Just it does feel good to eat better and to eat cleaner. It's amazing. So now I know it doesn't surprise me anymore when I talk to somebody and there's similarities or you say coincidences, because I'm getting used to it now, and I'm glad I'm in a place in life where I'm getting used to these serendipitous things happening. Like you start talking and already I connect with it. Christian family, working on, eating better. You know what I mean? I've fluctuated with my weight up and down, I'm on my way down now, but yeah, I had been even like maybe 40 pounds heavier than I am now, but it just, we're working on ourselves. So I always hold on to this saying that I found, that goes, I'm a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. Which means we perfect, but at the same time, we still a work in progress, we perfect, who we are, but at the same time, we working on ourselves. So I use that. So I appreciate you coming again. And you know, I ain't trying to put you on the spot, but I ain't see no nervousness anywhere. You know, this was amazing conversation, very enlightening. I could go on all day talking about healthy mindset, healthy body, healthy spirit, everything. We can go on all day and talk about that. And
Yes, me too. Absolutely.
yeah, and you know, just the fact that this holding a conversation like this is feeding us emotionally and spiritually. Just having this type of
Yeah.
energy conversation, talking about
Yes.
something that's elevating. Because
Right.
oftentimes in society, people talk about things that are disempowering, you know, and fear based and,
Right.
and complaining and you know and things like that. And that right there doesn't take us anywhere. Now, I do believe you can bring up a problem, right? If you in my perspective, if you're on your, you know, bringing it up to dissect it to find a solution, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so amazing. Any last things you would like to share before we sign off?
Um,
Eat your vegetables.
eat well, hey, and yeah, eat more vegetables.
Yeah.
When I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. Eat more vegetables. But nah, seriously, be intentional about your thoughts. Be intentional about the words that you speak. Be intentional about your journey, right? And know that everything starts with you and it ends with you.
Wow.
And find your own way. And it's okay to find your own way. It's okay to do it your way, right? It's a new day. Things change. And so we got to be willing to change. So, and change is good. It may be scary, but it is so very necessary.
Right. I connect change with growth and
Absolutely.
not being stagnant. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, this is who I am, and this is all." Well, then you are already proclaiming that you stagnant and you're not growing, and what's not growing is dying. So, you
Mhm.
know, people got to look at it like that. But again, I appreciate you again, Shanna Bee,
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate everyone for watching Enlighten, Empowered,
Yeah.
Evolve. Please hit that like and or subscribe button wherever you're watching this and or listening to it, and check out the website at 333empower.com. See you soon. Love and appreciation to everyone. Enlighten, Empowered, Evolve.
Yeah.